All right, I went over the rules. I want you to protect yourself at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck. Do your business.
Doing? You've switched off completely. Get your mind back on the job. Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together. Have you got complacent?
Let's do it.
Do you want to win this fight? Right, let's go out there.
Let's do it.
Hope you brought your wetsuit and your flippers. We're underwater at the Atlantic. Rocky. Holy. A lot of trash talk between these two fighters. Marciano with one of the best right hands in boxing history. If he catches you flush, it's good night. Just when you thought we'd see a lull in the action, here we go again. How about that time counter shot? Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. He missed with the jab. Can't find a home in that jab. There's a counter shot. You can really feel the buzz in the air tonight. So much hype here in this arena.
You have some fighters that are big show, big arena fighters, and they bask in this, they love this, they are born for this. You have other fighters where this would be like the rabbit in the headlights.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Like to see more jabs. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. And he wasn't ready for that count. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to it. Here we go for round two. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They're going to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
You've got to be fit to fight a fighter like this because they will stay in your face. They will throw punches at you. They don't even let you breathe. You've got to be fit. If you're not fit, the fight's over.
The jab doesn't quite connect. Nice counter. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Just missed with that jab. If you're a counter puncher, then basically you do the counter attack. You let them get their punch off first, and then you answer in kind.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching you every.
Oh, do you believe this? Rocky Marciano is down! And look at that shot to the head, and there's no way they were going to stand up to that one.
1, 2, 3,
10-8. Here we go in round three. Who's going to land the first big shot? His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
That knockdown we just saw was a heavy knockdown. I'd be very, very surprised if he'll come out fresh as a daisy. That's not going to happen. He's got to hustle now. He's got to bluff them.
Perfect counter lands. Missing with that jab. Beautiful counter punch. That right hook won't score. Someone's will cave, but which fighter will it be? It's Rocky Marciano who hits a counter punch. They better start respecting each other's punching power. Good counter punching. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to get rocked? Unlucky to miss with that jab. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Very competitive round with 10 seconds left. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchens.
That's it.
Here we go in round 4. Who's going to land the first big shot? So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
He threw a punch and just got countered. Counter punch caught him clean. Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. Punch, counter punch. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Well done with that counter shot. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you...
Oh my goodness, Johnny! Are we witnessing one of the all-time greats go down? A much better game plan here. Gotta stop you here, Johnny, as we pick up the heat. Marciano fighting to survive. He's never been knocked out. We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Come on, breathe. Now it's a tough fight.
Time for the 5th round. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't play on it, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
The Ukrainian has been rattled. Disaster averted, it seems. We continue on.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
Cannot throw out a lazy... Did you see that? Usyk might go down here. What an upset. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Ring Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
A big whiff with the right hook. No rest for the weary. Hold that thought. Are we about to witness history? The great Rocky Marciano in serious trouble. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. This is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
This is the beginning of round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing up and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What?
You could see it in their eyes. They saw that punch coming and there was nothing they could do.
I've got to see that again.
Referee says they can continue, but how much more do they have left?
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Halfway through the round, and I think we all know who's winning here.
Perfect game plan. The thing is, can anybody figure out what to do to change this? It's a perfect start.
Perfect counter shot. As you can see here, a picture-perfect punch did the trick.
You're right.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're out.
You saw... As the sun sets, we welcome you on this beautiful afternoon to Falcor Bay. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
About time too.
It's time for our tale. Muhammad Ali, the greatest of all time. Watch the footwork, watch the hand speed. No one does it like Ali. This is Muhammad.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the...
How will these two fighters handle the outdoors? We're fighting. After months of uncertainty, we finally have a fight. And he scores with the counter. Throws the jab, but it doesn't score. Perfect counter lands. Beautiful counter punch. By the way, the connect percentages have to be off the charts. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. Make a mistake at the heavyweight level and not expect to be punished for it. This fighter embodies the cardinal rule of boxing. Hit and don't get hit.
These are my kind of fights. Boxing on the edge of the ring, using the jab, using the footwork, moving left to right. It's like a bull in a matador.
Can they figure out the combination to this sink?
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Can't score with that hook again. Perfect counter shot. The bravery being shown here is just incredible. It's all offense all the time. What the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. He is down big time on the score.
I've been in fights like that. When you think you come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Good round. You feel good? Good, man. Good, man.
Not even in your league. Come on, switch up. Get your boxing back together.
Can't miss it. Right.
Here we go, round 2. Who's going to land the first big shot? After that last round, something has got to change.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet, not until your senses have come back.
That counter punch caught him clean. Fighter is all about finesse, using a lot of angles and lateral movement.
Do not give an outside fighter time to think. You've got to make the fighter panic. You've got to rush the fighter into doing things they don't normally do.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can't hold it right there. Who would have thought Ali would get rattled like this? We almost saw a knockout a second ago, and now they're going toe-to-toe.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Some nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Good counter punch. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. Big shot, and down goes Ali. Now that is a massive knockdown. Take another look.
A shot from the goal.
Run!
talk about Ali in that last round. Let's see how the game plan changes after that big knockdown. Here we go in round 3. Who's going to land the first big shot? Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
That big hook doesn't land. Well, I guess he's decided he's going to taunt his opponent now. That counter shot lands. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym. You can do it in the fight. They've got to relax.
Well, this won't sit well with their opponent. You'd like to see more jabs. Punch, counter punch. Throws the jab. Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
That's lights out. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Let's talk about Ali in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round. To make or break it.
We're switching.
On to the 4th we go. His eyes look pretty clear here, Johnny. How do you think he's going to do after being knocked down in the last round?
Todd, listen to me. If I knock somebody down like that round, you know this round coming out? He's getting everything, full barrel, because I know his legs are gone. So this, you watch what's going to happen. If he doesn't, I'll be very, very surprised.
There's a counter shot. Nice counter punch right up the middle. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
It's the one who draws first blood, Todd. That's what you've got to look at. If you're hit and you know him there with a banger, you've got to be on it, but you've got to be confident.
He's dominating him, and he's going to let him know all about it. Oh, what a punch! How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through?
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second.
On to the 5th we go. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch.
Whoa, Johnny! The greatest has been dazed! Muhammad Ali in trouble! And just got countered. Is this the beginning of the end for Muhammad Ali? You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Let's talk about Ali in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance.
Listen, it's smart when you go out there.
Let's start the sixth. After a really strong round, let's see if they can finish the job.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a... Hold that thought! If there's anyone that can get out of... Let's see that again.
I need to see that again.
Knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
But now it's about getting back to the corner, freshen up, get new instructions given to you, and they've got to G you up. They've got to tell you what you're doing wrong and what you're doing right.
Need to pick things up here in the second half of the round.
There's a lot of work to do, and you know what? It's hard to pull back. Don't get into the habit of losing. Don't get into the habit of being second place. You've got to change the habit. You've got to change something, because otherwise, why should it change?
That right hook's blocked. That punch landed. Done with that counter shot. They're happy this round's coming to an end. 10 seconds left. What a huge momentum swing that's going to be, considering that round will be 10-8 after the knockdown.
I love the response.
There's the bell to start round 7. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head clear.
Blocks the uppercut. Muhammad Ali in trouble, but surely he'll find a way out. And it appears they weathered the storm. How? I'm not sure.
Defense, defense, defense is everything because they've got shot once. They know they can get caught again. So for now, just defense, work on defense, blocking and stopping and shooting.
at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Whoa! Lights out! It's over! This fight is done! And he dropped him! The perfect sniper shot. Let's watch it again. So it's onward. We've got high hopes for this contest with these two fighters. Should be a really good matchup. I'm Todd Grisham, and now it's time for our tale of the tape. Johnny Nelson. He's 6'2" tall. Introducing first, Alexander Usyk, the former undisputed cruiserweight champion and heavyweight champion of the world, fighting out of Ukraine. And now we toss it up to the world-renowned ring announcer, Mr. Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Sheffield, England, here is the longest reigning world cruiserweight champion of all time, Johnny, the Entertainer Nelson. Fighting out of the blue.
We've waited a long time for this. What a fight we expect this one to be. Both of these athletes primed and ready. Big shots from both of these fighters. Got to be careful, though. We wanted action, and they are delivering. Looks like he's going to try and bait his opponent here. Perfect counter shot. This counter puncher is going to wait for you to move first, and then will strike like a snake. Keep an eye on this guy. There's a counter shot. That time counter shot. Swing and a miss with that uppercut. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Nelson in that. Here we go. It's round 2. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around? And just got countered. Talk about Nelson in that last round. Talk about Nelson in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode.
Nelson in that last round. Nelson in that last round.
The game plan does not seem to be working. talk about Nelson in that last.
Come on, switch on. Switch on.
Talk about Nelson in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the score.